I have some super exciting news to announce on Monday. If you listen to my podcast, you definitely want to tune in on Monday and get this big announcement. That's all I'm going to say about that. Today on the podcast, what I'm going to be talking about is Outset, which is a new company that is essentially using GPT-4 to make user surveys better. This is such an interesting concept I wanted to talk about on the podcast today because I think there's a massive potential here, and not just for this company to obviously get better results, but for users to have a better experience. I think this bleeds into a lot of things and where we see AI getting implemented into a bunch of different software that you probably use every day. So today on the podcast, I'll be talking about the implications, talking about what Outset is doing, and how we think this is going to evolve in the future. So let's get into it. Welcome to the world's #1 AI podcast, AI Chat. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Make sure that you go to aibox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to aibox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really, really appreciate it. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. In an age where instant decisions drive the business landscape, I think the pressure on research teams essentially to deliver insights and really insightful results like quickly and effectively, it's at an all-time high. So the traditional process of gathering user insights through really intensive interviews can be time-consuming and costly. I come from a marketing background, so this is something like I have a lot of experience with. We're always trying to speak with our customers to figure out exactly what they want, so we are making sure we're actually serving them. So I think this gap between kind of like the urgency of business decisions and the pace of research insights is what has inspired the creation of Outset. So this is a new company which is spearheading the automation of qualitative interviews, and they're integrating AI in a big way. So Aaron Cannon, who previously was a strategist at Deloitte, he recalled the all of the hours spent on client projects. So post the project phase, Cannon and his team had the added task of kind of coordinating and moderating customer interviews. He said, quote, "Enterprise decision makers expect faster and faster results from insights teams." He also kind of had these concerns that the quickened pace of discussions could make, essentially was going to be leaving insight functions and everyone working there to be struggling to keep up. It was against this kind of backdrop that he was collaborating with Michael Hess, who's a former colleague from talent recruitment. And I think Hess was actually previously working at Untapped, which is another company in kind of the talent recruitment space. And together, they have worked together to create Outset. So Outset is actually backed by Y Combinator, and essentially their approach is that they're trying to autonomously conduct and compile interviews. So Cannon recently talking about all this said, quote, "The broader slowdown and associated layoffs have hit research and insights team disproportionately hard, but the demand from business leaders to make more informed and strategic decisions has not slowed down." I think, this has really kind of created an environment where there's a big expectancy of achieving more with fewer results. And of course, I don't think this is just in, for like business analysts and people trying to give these kind of bits of data. This is in every department I think we're seeing right now, especially because AI can help augment so many different things. But I think this is really kind of pushing companies to lean on technology to amplify their tasks. So one of Outset's primary technological tools right now is OpenAI's GPT-4. So this text generating AI model, essentially what they're using it for is to facilitate interviews in research studies by allowing users to craft a survey, share it, and then leverage GPT-4 to follow up with survey participants. Essentially, it's trying to aim to build a conversational rapport, quote unquote, which they say is going to ensure richer, more in-depth responses. So for every question, GPT-4 is designed to identify themes, count occurrences, and spotlight quotes. And all of this is in an effort to essentially uncover the story of what really is going on here. So reflecting on the traditional methods, Cannon recently said, quote, "Today, much of the work to collect and analyze qualitative data is done manually." He really kind of envisions Outset as not just a tool to help researchers process all of this, but also as a really revolutionary entity that could perhaps expand to the scope of market research altogether. So I think while it's still early stages for Outset, their collaboration with brands like Weight Watchers and a bunch of others, I think indicate like there's a lot of promising prospects here. Weight Watchers managed to execute and analyze over 100 interviews within a day, and these insights are now kind of assisting Weight Watchers in coming up with a new user segmentation framework. Beyond this, Cannon also said, quote, "We're currently working with 15 enterprise insight teams at companies like Opendoor to help them in making swifter, more user-centric decisions." I think Outset's momentum is also kind of evident in its research or in its recent successful fundraising ventures. The company actually recently secured around $3.8 million in a round, which was, I think, led by Adverb Ventures. They had some contributions from, I think, Weekend Fund and Jack Altman, which is a sibling of Sam Altman. But they have plans essentially to scale their team from 4 to 6 full-time members by the end of the year. That's really what they're focusing on using this money for. And Cannon emphasized they're kind of taking a cautious approach to all of this. He said, quote, "We're just raising our seed and our team is small, so we're keeping our burn rate low." He's very optimistic from what I've seen about kind of the company's trajectory. And I think the reason for this is he cited a lot of kind of growing demand for AI-enhanced tools in daily knowledge work. And this is kind of a positive trend for them that places them in a really strategic position to kind of navigate future challenges they might have. So definitely a very interesting company to be following along with. It's kind of interesting that they have Jack Altman, which is, of course, OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman's brother, investing in this. Definitely an interesting company to follow, and I think this is one I'll be following up with shortly.
This episode is brought to you by Klaviyo, the platform that powers smarter digital relationships. With Klaviyo, you can activate all your customer data in real time, connect seamlessly with your customers across all channels, guide your marketing strategy with AI-powered insights, recommendations, and automated assistance. Deliver experiences that feel individually designed at scale and grow your business faster. Power smarter digital relationships with Klaviyo. Learn more at klaviyo.com/Spotify. That's KLAVIYO.com/Spotify.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.